The Imperial flagship Dominator entered Earth's solar system with the casual arrogance that came from conquering 1,000 worlds. Commander Vex stood on the bridge, his scaled fingers tapping against the metallic console as the blue-green planet appeared on the main view screen. Another primitive world to add to the collection, he remarked to his first officer, prepare the standard tribute demands. Earth had only recently achieved faster-than-light travel. By the Empire's standards, humans were barely more than clever animals who had stumbled upon technology they couldn't possibly understand. The Empire's arrival was nothing more than a formality, a way to establish dominance over yet another species that would soon serve as laborers, soldiers, and resources for the galaxy's oldest civilization. The message was broadcast simultaneously to every communication device on Earth. Surrender 20% of all resources, provide 10,000 humans annually for labor, and submit to imperial rule. It was the same demand made to countless civilizations before. 3 days later, a single human appeared on the communication screen. Admiral James Thompson of the Earth Defense Force sat alone at a simple metal desk. His weathered face showed neither fear nor anger, just calm determination. "We've received your demands," Thompson said, his voice steady. "Earth has a counter-proposal." Commander Vex laughed, the sound echoing across the bridge. "There are no counter-proposals, human, only compliance or destruction." Thompson nodded as if he had expected this response. "Then I'm authorized to deliver our official statement." "Run." "Run?" Vex repeated, genuinely confused. "Yes, run, while you still can." The communication ended abruptly. Vex ordered an immediate scan of Earth's defenses. The results were unimpressive: a handful of orbital platforms, a few hundred primitive spacecraft. Nothing that could challenge even a single Imperial cruiser, let alone the fleet of 30 warships now positioned around the solar system. "Prepare to launch fighters," Vex commanded. "Let's show them what happens to worlds that defy the Empire." The first wave of Imperial fighters descended toward Earth's atmosphere. On the tactical display, they appeared as a swarm of red dots against the blue background of the planet. Then, one by one, the dots began to vanish. "What's happening?" Vex demanded. His tactical officer worked frantically at the console. "Unknown, sir. We've lost contact with all fighters." Before Vex could respond, a series of small objects appeared on the sensors rising from Earth's surface. They were too small to be missiles, too fast to be fighters. They swarmed around the Imperial ships like insects, and wherever they touched, Imperial systems failed. "They're using nanites," the science officer reported, her voice trembling. "Advanced ones. They're disassembling our hull at the molecular level." Vex had conquered worlds with technology far beyond what Earth should possess. Impossible. They only achieved spaceflight 50 years ago. The communication screen flickered to life again. Admiral Thompson reappeared, still sitting at the same desk. "What you're experiencing is merely a demonstration," he said calmly. "We could have disabled your entire fleet, but we wanted to give you a chance to understand." "Understand what?" Vex demanded. "That you've made a fundamental error in your assessment of humanity. You see, Commander, we didn't just discover faster-than-light travel recently. We've been watching the galaxy for centuries. We know all about the Empire and its methods." The tactical display showed 3 Imperial cruisers now completely disabled, their crews evacuating in life pods as the ships broke apart. "Humanity made a choice long ago," Thompson continued. "We hid our true capabilities. We presented ourselves as a young, naive species while we prepared. We studied every conquest the Empire ever made, learned from the mistakes of those who fell before us." Vex stared at the human in disbelief. "Why reveal yourselves now?" "Because you left us no choice. The Empire has never bypassed a habitable world. If we continued hiding, you would have come eventually. We decided the time was right to end the cycle." The remainder of the Imperial fleet was now attempting to retreat, their engines straining as they tried to reach safe distance for a jump to hyperspace. But the small Earth vessels were faster, more maneuverable. They weren't trying to destroy the Imperial ships, only disable them. "We could have annihilated your entire fleet," Thompson said, "but that's not our way." Every disabled ship contains escape pods with sufficient life support to reach the nearest Imperial outpost. Your crews will survive to deliver our message." "What message?" Vex asked, knowing his own ship was moments from being disabled. "That the era of Imperial expansion is over. Earth is not alone. We have allies, species the Empire thought they had subjugated completely, who have been waiting for this moment. Together, we're offering a choice: reform or face extinction." Vex felt the deck tremble beneath his feet as the nanites began breaking down critical systems. Emergency lighting bathed the bridge in red. Warning klaxons blared. "This isn't possible," he whispered. "We are the Empire. You were the Empire," Thompson corrected. "Now you're just the latest in a long line of conquerors who discovered that appearances can be deceiving." His expression softened slightly. "The choice is yours, Commander. Return to your people with our offer of peaceful coexistence, or force us to demonstrate what happens when humanity is truly threatened." As the Dominator's systems failed one by one, Vex gave the order to abandon ship. The Empire had encountered resistance before, but never like this. Never a species that had deliberately hidden its true nature, waiting for the right moment to strike. From his escape pod, Vex watched as his mighty warship dissolved into its component atoms. In the distance, other Imperial vessels suffered the same fate. For the first time in his long career, Commander Vex understood true fear. It wasn't the fear of defeat or even death. It was the dawning realization that everything the Empire believed about its place in the galaxy had been wrong. Earth hadn't warned them to run out of mercy. They had warned them to run because what followed would be so much worse.